Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
Still I rise, no matter what may come my way. Not built to break, I stand strong each and every day.
You're listening to Still I Rise Tea Party with Tarsha T. Rodgers, only on LA Talk Radio.
Well. Welcome to the Still I Rise Tea Party. I am your host, Miss Tarsha T. Rodgers. Oh my goodness, I am so excited to be here. A little bit how this came to be. First of all, I went to school for this, so this feels natural because I studied journalism. I went to a broadcasting school, so this is what I had intended to do. And then I took a turn and decided to be a human resources director instead, as well as a singer and all the other 150 jobs that I have. So you're probably wondering where the name Still I Rise comes from. Well, that comes from the beginning of my cancer battle and just always being fascinated with the poem by Maya Angelou entitled Still I Rise. And so when I went through the cancer battle, I decided to write a song and title it Still I Rise. And it talks about how I slayed cancer, how I beat cancer, how I was determined to win, how I was determined to fly like an eagle, all that good stuff. So fast forward, in my battle with cancer, I decided I wanted to give back and help other women that were also dealing with this disease. So I formed the nonprofit Still I Rise from Cancer Incorporated, and it's basically to help women either secure very realistic, beautiful wigs when they're going through chemo, or to save their hair altogether and obtain what I use, which is the pink penguin cold cap. And again, I'm rolling with the whole Still I Rise theme. And because my nickname is T, I decided to kind of try to tie it together, and now we have the Still I Rise Tea Party. So it is under the auspices of the Still I Rise from Cancer Corporation. So I want to introduce all of our board members. They couldn't all be here tonight, but we will start with Miss Jamie Christian, who is on the line tonight, and she is the vice president of the board. She is an associate marriage and family therapist with a master's in clinical psychology with an emphasis on marriage. She and her husband also have a marriage group called Grow Your Marriage. And I'm going to come back to Jamie in a minute so she can tell you a little bit more about some of the things that she does. Our second person who is a board member is Gina Mouton, who got stuck in traffic, so she's out there listening. She is our treasurer, and she is also my music manager. And she's the CEO of 5150 Mega, Savvy City Entertainment, and she is a corporate paralegal by day. She is also the producer of the upcoming reality show Savvy City Diaries, a.k.a. The Game Changers, of which I am also a part. We're currently filming. So that is my girl. Both of those are my sister girls. Next, we have Miss Heather Hurlbert, who is my secretary of the board. She's also my personal assistant. She is, oh my God, she is my right hand. I don't know what I would do with without Heather. And she is actually here with me tonight, and I'm so very grateful. By day, Heather is a call center trainer, and she's got a lot of admin experience, which is why she's my assistant, and I love her to death. Next on our board, who also could not make it tonight, Miss Tezra Player Green. She is a member at large, and she is a 10-year breast cancer survivor, also my baby sister. She has an MBA in public health, and she's a patient coordinator in the Comprehensive Transplant Center of Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. So she's out there making those coins, working some overtime, and she's listening to us as well. My last board member, she's also a member at large, is Miss Tanaya Capri. And I would like for all of you to keep Tanaya in your prayers because she did lose her father on day before yesterday. I love her like a sister. She is She has an MBA as well. She is the CEO of the Exotics Modeling Troupe. She's a businesswoman, an entrepreneur, and she has another high profile position, but I can't disclose it. She would have to tell you herself about that. So, my other guest that I have on the phone, because he is all the way in the ATL, I was able to party with him this weekend, is my publicist, Jakeem Smith. He's my personal publicist as well as the corporate publicist for Still I Rise. He's a photographer, a personality, a publicist, a public relations director, event manager, entrepreneur, and motivational speaker extraordinaire. He's a celebrity publicist and has worked with the cast members from Football Wives, R&B Divas, and The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I also have as a guest tonight, he is actually here. He worked the red carpet at my Night of R&B Save the Tatas, which was at the Grammy Museum back in October. He is the CEO and founder of Indie Power, and he is the producer of Cali Got Soul, which is a CD of various soulful artists, and he's putting on a show as well. And his name is Jay Warsinski, so we have him here as well. So let me go back to the top. Miss Jamie, are you on the line? Okay, Jamie, what happened? Are you on the line, Jamie? Jay, are you on the line? Okay, where's all my callers? Where'd y'all go? Okay, so we'll figure out where our callers went. And I did unmute them, so I don't know where they went. So Heather is here. So Miss Heather. Yep, darn. So tell us a little bit about some of the things you've got going on. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Yes.
I'm on the shadow side, don't you notice? I'm just kidding. You make my job easy, to be honest. I love my job. I love being around you.
Talking to the mic, Heather.
My voice carries. I think they can hear me.
But I can't hear you, so I got to be able to hear you. So that means you got to come up to the mic. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
I'm always
There,
shy.
now we can hear you, Heather. All right.
Hi, everyone.
Say hi to Heather, y'all. And we're also on Facebook Live. Hey, I see you.
You see my hand? I'm saying hi.
All right, so tell us a little bit about some of the stuff you're doing.
As far as projects,
Yeah.
don't dump your tea.
I know, I got my tea. Uh-oh, I think we're connecting while you think of what you're going to say. Jamie and Jakeem, are you guys on the line? Okay, they're not on the line yet, so go, Heather.
Oh, okay. I recently just moved here from Albuquerque, so hi to my family that's listening there.
Hi, Heather's family.
I don't have major projects going on this time. I'm just going with the flow right now.
Okay.
I'm focusing on my new position as a trainer for the plumbing company. So
Excellent.
once I get that done, I will be duplicating a lot of people like me.
What is it like working for me? And because I know I can be pretty anal, pretty demanding, but what is it really like working for me?
Do you want the truth or do you?
No, by all means, tell the truth.
No, you actually make it easy for me. I just have to show up, hold your purse, everything looks good.
You do
No,
more than that.
honestly, working with you in every aspect of the word has been such a blessing.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
learning how to stay focused. I'm learning to just get it done. Don't rely on other people and just get it done.
Okay. How would you describe me in terms of the workplace, like the day job when I'm in that HR director
I
mode?
stay away from you because you're my boss. You can fire me. So I'm not. I can't take that advantage at all.
And you don't, and that's appreciative, which is why I would never have any issues ever recommending you for a job, because
I appreciate
you make me look good, because you just started working where we are right now, and you've already been promoted to trainer, so that's excellent.
Unofficially, but that is in the works.
Yes. And Heather and I worked together before at another company.
6 years ago, next month.
Yeah. So she is a jewel to have on the team. She's a jewel to me. And I forgot to, before I take it back to see if Jamie and Jakeem are on the line, I forgot to mention what I do. So I am a 4.5 year survivor. So April 4th, remember that date, that will be 5 years. And I am the CEO and chairman of the board of directors of the Still I Rise from Cancer Incorporation. I am a certified director of human resources, as well as a neo soul R&B inspirational singer, all that good stuff. And I am your host, and I am so glad to be here. So, Jamie, are you on the line yet? Okay, so we don't have Jamie on the line. Jakeem, are you on the line yet?
I'm on the line.
Okay, Jakeem. Whoo, Jakeem is on the line. Yes, this is my publicist, y'all. So, Jakeem, can you take a moment just to kind of tell the listeners out there kind of what you do, some of the big projects you've got going on, and all that good stuff?
Absolutely. Well, thank you, one, for having me on tonight. I'm really excited for you for your new chapter and everything that you got going on.
Thank you.
Like she said, you're welcome. Like she said, I am a Atlanta publicist, but I do travel, so I'm not just Atlanta-based. So I run a firm or agency, better lack of words. So we do strategic PR, we do brand management, marketing, we outsource photographers, videographers, we do product placement for television shows, we scout locations for television shows, we print T-shirts, we do websites. It's nothing that we can't do. We're like a one-stop shop.
Okay. Excellent. 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 And I heard you've done some things with a couple of the housewives of Atlanta.
Yes, I have. I've worked with Mimi Leaks. I've worked with Portia Williams. You'll actually see that on the season finale of Housewives of Atlanta. I was the event planner for her gender reveal.
Excellent.
I've worked with Candy. I've worked with Cynthia, Kenya Moore. I worked with all of them, but them ladies specifically, I did the event planning for their events.
Excellent.
So I've done a lot of stuff in entertainment and the different reality shows, and just been all over. I've been blessed to work with so many different people.
Yes, you have. And then Sunday, we had the pleasure of watching the Super Bowl together, and unfortunately, you were rooting for the Patriots. Wow.
Yeah,
Most.
No
Shout out to
comment.
my cousin Deron Harmon.
While the rest of us was giving you grief as we were rooting for the Lambs, Rams, or whatever you want to call them.
No comment.
But that was a lot of fun. It was so weird because that's of course our first time really kind of being in a social setting like that, and then you brought your cousin, and so you guys didn't know us and we didn't know you guys, but you would have sworn anybody would have walked into that house, they would have thought all of us sitting at that table had known each other for years. Because we were laughing it up.
All that energy.
Yeah, we had such a great energy going, and we were laughing it up and just talking about everything, and then we can't leave out my auntie Juanita and all her comedy that she had going on. That was all hilarious. And then
Definitely a great experience.
And then definitely my loud husband who was queuing it up for us. But, he cooked up a nice, delicious meal.
Gotta come.
So, yeah, we had a great time. So definitely when, I roll out to Atlanta again, we got to make sure that we all get together because that was a lot of fun on Sunday.
Absolutely. I'm down.
And, of course, my R&B show will be coming up October the 12th of this year. It is going to be at a theater in Beverly Hills, a little bit bigger than the Grammy Museum. And, of course, I'm going to fly you out so that you can, handle all the particulars and run the carpet for me. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
We're ready.
Yeah, and the theme this year, so last year, I did the tribute to the legends. So we did like songs of Aretha Franklin, Prince, Michael Jackson, Marvin Gaye, Tina Marie, all those legends in R&B that have passed on. But this year, I'm really excited because we are going to do no, I'm sorry, movie soundtracks. So R&B music, but from movie soundtracks. So you've got Waiting to Exhale, you've got Dead Presidents, you've got Claudine, you've got Sparkle, you've got all these different R&B soundtracks, so to speak, and we're going to do music from all of them. Purple Rain as well, so I'll definitely be calling Rory back to do an encore performance of Prince. So I am so excited about that. So Jakeem, you will definitely, be a part of that. And then we've got some sponsors, some pretty big sponsors behind the scenes that are going to be joining us as well and participating in terms of getting everything together. So I'm just really excited about some of the things that are coming up this year. So, Jamie, are you there now? Jamie? Okay, well, I'm just going to talk a little bit for Jamie. I don't know what happened to my girl, Jamie. But Jamie, as I mentioned earlier, she is the vice president of the board, and she is an associate marriage and family therapist with a master's in clinical psychology. And her husband right now, they have a Facebook group and a group as well called Grow Your Marriage. And they are doing some exciting things. I definitely want to bring them onto the show later on and talk about some of the things that they're doing. I know recently they did a vision board at their office in Los Angeles, and couples came together and actually did a vision board together, which I thought was super cool. So, yeah, definitely excited for the things that Jamie is doing. And she and I are actually going to be going to Paris and London later this year with our spouses. So we're looking forward to that trip as well. So I also have Mr. Jay Warsinski. Am I pronouncing your last name correctly?
You are correct.
Oh, wonderful. So Jay is going to tell us a little bit about some of the things he's got going on.
Well, Tarsha, first of all, I want to congratulate you. This
Thank
is an
you.
amazing step for you. As you know, I had you on my radio show a couple years ago.
Yes, I do remember.
So I've interviewed everybody in the world, and it's fun to be on this side of it,
Yes.
I like you. We wear a lot of hats, and it's so exciting to get the word out. But, I interviewed so many people on your red carpet at your incredible event at the Grammy Museum.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked them, what does soul music mean to you? What has it meant to you in your life? And so many of the survivors or just people just gushed that those soulful songs, the incredible singers,
Yes.
the soundtrack to their life touches them every time they hear that music.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so important, I think, for us to carry the torch into the next generations,
Right.
as the youngsters, get further and further away from some of these legends. It's important for us to grow more legends and really, like you did, keep the spirit alive, those that passed. I mean, to hear the Tina Marie songs or Marvin Gaye or Luther or any of those is so incredible because the music never dies.
Never dies.
So I've dedicated my life to helping artists grow.
Mm-hmm.
And I started at a very, very early age playing instruments at the age of 6. I turned professional at the age of 10. By the time I was 16, I had already been playing for 10 years, and I felt my calling wasn't to be that musician, but to help all musicians and singers and artists. I really felt that I could take what I naturally felt from the creative side, and if I learned more and more about the business, I could help represent creative people in a business light, and not lose that transition that normally happens. The business people don't know what these weirdos in the creative world, and the creative people don't trust the suits, and there's this like moat in the middle that a lot of unfortunately horror stories or tragedies have happened. So I'm celebrating my 45th year in the business. And crazy enough as it seems, when we turn 2020 here in 10 months and change, I'll be entering my 7th decade being active in the music and entertainment business. 60s as a player, but from 73, 74 on the business side. And I know music has certainly kept me young, and I hang with the youngsters, and I'm so excited about the legends. But one of the things that I've done besides running a entertainment company and entertainment marketing firm
Mm-hmm.
is to create this Got Soul series.
Yes.
And the impetus for that is really that I felt really out there as so much music has gotten computerized
Yes.
and auto-tuned
Yes.
and prefabricated and
Garbage.
yeah, it's like they're sampling from the past for a reason.
Right.
They want
right.
that sound of the funk and the soul and
Right.
the R&B and
Right.
the pop and the
But it's lost its soul.
oh yeah.
It's lost its soul.
I mean, a drum machine has no soul.
Right.
Computer has no soul.
Right.
And
an auto-tuned singer has no
no.
soul.
If you say bust it live, let's hear it, and they get all nervous because they
Right.
don't have their trickery,
Right.
we know what's going on. So I said, it's time for more real singers,
Yes.
more real players,
Yes.
and more real songs.
Yes.
So let's start an independent compilation series where we take the 20 best soulful singers and songs twice a year
Mm-hmm.
and put those out there. And Sony got excited, and they're distributing it. Alliance, who's the biggest wholesaler in the world of vinyl and CDs, they got behind it. They say,
Excellent.
we believe in you. And we're up to volume 4. If you can imagine,
Wow.
God Soul 4, which we subtitle For the Kings and Queens of Soul, comes out 2/22.
Wow.
But fortunately, you are the first in the world to have a package here, so you can spread the word. Everybody listening needs to
Excellent.
get with Tarsha and get a copy of Got Soul 4, The Kings and Queens of Soul.
And I'm on there,
She
y'all.
is on there. There are
Two-Face
20.
girl.
There's 20 incredible singers and songs. So we liken it to, if people know about now, that's what I call
Yes.
music, or
Yes.
these big, legendary compilations where they pack it,
Yes.
like 20 songs on one album and low price, and so we feel it's a treasure chest. People be listening to songs for the rest of their life.
Yes.
And what's great about it is we're doing this grassroots, and we do events. We've got Grammy parties this weekend. Get your pens out. We got a Grammy
Yes.
party for anybody in Southern California who wants to come out Sunday night. And also, we are starting these Got Soul shows
Yes.
all over the world, all over the
Exciting.
country. And I said, why don't we call the ones here Cali Got Soul?
Okay.
Because there's so much history
Yes.
in Southern California, Northern California, San Diego. There's just so many incredible artists that have come from this golden state. And so we got an amazing club right in Central LA. It's close to downtown and
Mm-hmm.
Central LA and close to the west side and just south of Hollywood. And they said, we're with it. Let's do a residency. Every month
Wow.
we'll do this big free soul show. Cali Got Soul, free to everybody 21 and up. And let's celebrate the music.
That's
Let's
excellent.
not worry about, the cover charges and the valet and this and that, It's I want people to support the club. They have food and drinks and all that, but we're going to start every evening with Who's Got Soul? So it's
Okay.
an open mic for anyone in Southern California. Get up and give us a minute.
Yes.
Let's hear you. And then that's going to go right into some amazing opening acts and artists. We're always going to have some featured artists, some surprises every time. The door is open, so you never know
Who might show
in
up.
LA, like the Taste of Soul and all that,
Yes.
might just pop up on the stage. And we're going to end every night, Cali Got Soul, with this amazing soul and funk jam.
Nice. So there will be a live band then.
There'll be a live band.
Excellent. There's nothing like singing with a live
Oh,
band.
yeah.
Singing to tracks is like, a live band is definitely the way to go.
Yeah. So, what's exciting is they got on board, and we're talking to KJLH because they got that slogan, free radio.
Nice,
Well, how about
yes.
free soul concerts,
Right.
by free radio? And let's get Stevie Wonder and everybody involved.
Excellent. My
Our-
boss man.
our team up in the Bays got behind it, so we got a crew setting up a location every month up in Oakland, and our guys in Sacramento said, "Oh yeah, we got a great lounge here. Let's bring out the singers." San Diego, Oxnard, Ventura,
Nice. Out my
Orange
way.
County,
Okay.
in an empire. And before we know it, if we're heading to Sacramento, we got to hit Bakersfield, Fresno, Modesto, Stockton, and all that.
Nice.
So Cali's really got soul.
Okay.
And we're going to have this amazing, camaraderie.
Yes.
And what's incredible is as we build the tradition and people coming out and telling their friends and it growing and the amazing artists that come out and, be a part of this, we know it's going to lead to so many opportunities.
Yes.
And a lot of artists may say, I would love to go up to the Bay or Sacramento. And now you have a built-in audience because the people are coming for Cali Got Soul. You don't have to worry about they don't know me. How do I pack the place? Do I got to sell tickets or stand on the street corner with a sandwich board or what, And so we're really excited. But obviously beyond Cali, we call it Got Soul Live.
Nice.
And there'll be shows in Vegas and Phoenix and Portland and Seattle. And, we have
I am excited.
a lot of artists from this series are on the East Coast and the Midwest and the South. And, so we love that Southern soul. We love that Midwest soul. Of course.
Just good soul.
Oh, yeah.
Just
We're
good
celebrating Detroit and Chicago and Cleveland and all these incredible soul centers.
Philly.
Yeah. So much incredible music. So if you got your pens out, it's pretty simple. CaliGotSoul.com. We'll let you know the dates and the location here in LA and as we add these other cities. And what's great is that you can click and email us. So if you got an idea and you want to come on board and you want to help out or, hey, let's start this up in my city and all that. Got Soul for the Kings and Queens of Soul. You can go to newsoulpower.com. Again, that's newsoulpower.com. It will be available $2.22 on Amazon and iTunes and, great stores like Amoeba and things. But, again, reach out to your girl Tarsha. She can hook you up before anyone on the planet. And, again, we have a Grammy party this Sunday. So
where's the Grammy party?
It's right here in the Valley. So anybody that can get to this area, the club is called the Canby, Canby.
Oh, I've been there, performed there, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we performed, me and the lead singer from Lakeside were doing these legends. Yes, that's him.
I was there.
Okay, yeah. I did Donna Summer because we also did like a legend tribute. So I did Donna Summer and Natalie Cole. And
did you have the drummer James Brown there?
Yes.
Yeah.
James Brown's drummer was there, and my husband was there. Yeah, we had a good time. I was kind of sad that we didn't kind of keep that going because it was a lot of fun.
Well, it can be this Sunday, 7 o'clock on.
Excellent.
The address, you can look it up in Reseda, but it's 19312 Van Owen, the Canby, Canby. Come on, it's free to get in, 21 and up, obviously. But we've got some cool artists.
Okay.
Some people from Cali Got Soul. We've got an amazing live band, some of the great artists. But again, Cali Got Soul, our first show here in L.A., Sunday, Soulful Sunday, March 3rd. And your girl Tarsha is going to be rocking the stage with some amazing singers. We're already packing it out.
Wonderful.
And it's going to be nonstop.
Wonderful. I am so excited.
Yeah.
I am so excited. And thank you so much for even having me be a part of this.
Well, it's our pleasure. Like I say, first time I met you and you were talking about the Climax Girls and all these cool singers and players. And I'm like, we got to keep this alive,
Yes. I had auditioned to be, no one really knows this, but a couple of people. So I auditioned to be a part of Climax. Yeah. But I didn't make it, so it's okay, though. Cheryl Cooley is my girl. If you're listening, I still love you. But
Cheryl, come on out.
Come
Cali
on
Got
out.
Soul.
Come on out, Cheryl. But yeah, so I love Climax, so that's really exciting.
Yeah, it really is. And so I loved your music from the beginning. It's always good to network. I was surprised when I got invited to the Grammy Museum.
Wow.
And I was like, I know you.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Wait a minute. I'm down here because it's soul music. And there she is. So,
and I believe I first met you through, I think it was with Lisa Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's amazing how we're all connected.
Yes.
And,
yes.
Great people and good work just continues to kind of cycle around.
Absolutely.
So, again, congratulations on your show here.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Come on out and celebrate some soul.
So I want to ask you a question. What do you think we can do about the state of real, true, traditional R&B music? Because my take is right now, I think R&B is convoluted because you kind of touched on it when you said that a lot of the singers and rappers, they end up sampling some of the old stuff. So I think what has happened, because they're sampling the old stuff, they have thrown everybody into this category of R&B, but it's not R&B.
Right.
So people like Anthony Hamilton, Anita
Yep.
Baker, Jill Scott, these people are still doing music, still recording, and they get pushed to the side. They're not at any of the Grammys or the American Music Awards. And so when you say best R&B, you have your mainstream, your Chris Brown, your Rihanna's, your Beyonce's. But to me, that is not R&B music. That's more on the pop side.
Yep.
So it's like, what do we do to get things back to real traditional R&B? Because it's discouraging for somebody like me to even try to continue to be in the genre, because it's like, well, you're just going to get squashed down there with everybody else.
Well, it's one of the reasons why we really feel this reinvention of soul.
Okay.
And you hear Cali Got Soul and Got Soul, and to us, I think R&B has been denigrated to this catch-all category.
Mm-hmm.
And it's and to me, when I mention R&B to the young kids, they look at you like, oh, that's my grandparents' music.
Right.
But soul music
Yes.
is really the beauty of the greatest rock, the greatest pop,
Yes.
the greatest jazz, the greatest
Yes.
country.
Yes.
Soul music and that soulful performance is really at the root of all great music around the
Yes,
world.
I agree.
All languages. They all treasure the American soul artists. So
Mhm.
that's one of the reasons why we kind of bypass the word R&B, even though some people need that little reference, like is this R&B? Or it's, to us, soul music is so wider and greater than, you mentioned R&B, and again, like you say, it's confusing, and
Right.
and some people complain it's like the state of R&B. Well, what is R&B? I don't even know
Right.
what it is.
Right.
But soul music is at the birth and the genesis of really everything great.
Yeah.
I would like to
Absolutely.
say something about that.
Absolutely. Go right ahead. And while you're talking, Heather, I'm going to try to, Jamie, if you can hear me, I'm about to try to call you again. You too, Gina. Go ahead, Heather.
Well, being as a person outside of the entertainment business and really be on the fan side of things when it comes to soul, I think to bring that back out would be more live shows, because
Real players,
real players,
songs, real singers.
showing their hard work that they put into learning the songs and
Leave
getting
your
it done.
message.
It's just more of a pleasure to them to see that the fans are enjoying their hard work that they do. And I think having live shows of
Mhm.
soul, pop, just so people can see the difference, because there is a major difference on the type of songs that are out there. I personally think more live shows. I mean, I know everybody wants to run on money, but when it comes to your craft, it shouldn't matter. You should just get together, go to the pier, sign up, and just perform there. I
Right.
mean, there's a lot of local bands that perform there that I completely enjoy. They sing rock bands from the 80s, and it's just like amazing that they learn these songs and they put their heart out there.
Right.
So I think that they should have more live shows.
It's kind of sad, because I think what ends up happening in the music industry, we're all about the hottest thing. So if you're not the newest hottest thing, it's kind of like, you're pushed to the side. And particularly with the genre of R&B, sometimes we kind of take our older artists and we just throw them away. And, like, for example, you look at rock, you look at, oh my goodness, there are rock bands that can perform until they're in their 80s.
Yeah,
and they
the
can
Rolling Stones.
Exactly.
and
There's the
Journey
Rolling Stones
and
is still one of the top selling concert
playing
artists of all
stadiums.
time. Of all time. And these guys are up there in age, but their fans support them no matter what. Whereas R&B, we're a little bit more fickle. And so it's like, if you're not the latest, youngest, hottest thing, well, we could care less about you. You're too old. We're going to throw you away. And that's so sad, because there's enough room for everybody. There's enough room for everybody. So yeah, it's just sad.
Well, I saw that especially in the music business, as hip hop came in,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the newest, the flashiest.
Right,
These R&B
right,
guys look real
right.
corny compared to the rappers, with the
Right.
swagger,
Right.
But what's amazing is all hip hop was based on soul samples from New York.
Yes.
It was James
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Out here in Cali, it
Yes.
was Parliament Funkadelic
Yes.
and
Yes.
all the great soul
Zap.
and funk. Yeah,
Yes.
Zap and Roger.
George
and
Clinton. Yes.
all the greats. And so that's why we call it soul music, because
Right.
it's really it's at the foundation of hip hop. It's at the
Yes.
foundation of great pop like Bruno Mars
Right.
and all the great artists.
Right.
It's at the foundation of, so much music that I think as this new revolution in soul comes through, in a way it's going to cleanse it a little bit.
Yes. Yes.
And
I hope so. Because
Yeah.
I, oh my God, I grew up on it. I feel that the best time in music, because I was born in '69. So I feel the best time in music is the '70s and the '80s and a little bit of the '90s. But then it started getting really kind of crazy, and the 2000s is a hot mess. So it's like me and my husband, we talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
And so now we're into this new show, American Soul, because it's talking about Soul Train, and we're big Soul Train enthusiasts, particularly my husband. Hey, babe, I know you're listening. He is everything Soul Train. He's got the DVD sets. And so everybody that's been to our house has sat through hours and hours of watching Soul Train.
Not Ty.
So, it's like, but all that music was so great. Even the dancing, it was like real dancing. It's just, I just miss that time because it was such a great time in music.
And they were
Such a
so
great time.
unique.
It
And
was.
each artist was different.
Yes.
Sly and the Family Stone was different
yes.
than
Everything
the
now is
OJs.
the same.
And
Yes.
Yeah, the Parliament was way different
The
than
hunger was different too, though.
True.
Because I may not have been alive in the '70s, started in the '80s, but I find it that the hunger that these musicians that set for the bar pretty much was a lot more than what it is
Okay.
now. Because
So you're saying the artists
It's
now
too
are not,
easy.
Yeah, it's too
You
easy.
can
They're not
record on your
hungry.
phone.
Right.
You can
Because
upload to
They're
YouTube.
not hungry. Like, yeah.
Right, they're not
They didn't
hungry
earn
in
it.
Right.
Right, and
They're not
the
paying
way
dues.
they knew they earned it is that they heard their music in the radio.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now it's like with all the fancy tools
Streaming
that are
and,
happening, it's easy to be on the radio.
Yeah,
It's
it
too
is.
easy. It's not that hard of a work to put into to be this star who is now all of a sudden the next fad.
Right.
It's just
Right.
ridiculous.
Right.
And the hunger is completely different because it's just too easy.
And it is about fads as opposed to real
And that's
stability.
sad.
Yeah. And longevity. Yeah.
And
The
I'm
bar
learning.
is so low, it's
Right.
like clickbait. It's
Right,
like, how can I
exactly.
get some what fans? They're not fans. They're not buying anything.
Right.
They're not going to your shows.
Right. Right.
Next year, they'll be on to some other fad.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I think, like you say, the greats of Soul Train, the greats of incredible artists over the years, we need to celebrate them.
Yes.
We need to really let people know why we still,
Yes.
to this day, and we've lost so many of the greats.
Yes.
And-
Aretha.
yeah, and
Prince
Michael and Prince
Oh
and-
my God.
Yeah,
Yes.
James Ingram the other day, and it's
Yes,
just more
yes.
and more. So if it gets to the point where all the greats are just going by the wayside,
Right.
it'll be like a history book. We'll be looking in a
Exactly,
museum
exactly.
like it's
And
the
it'll
past.
totally be extinct.
It'll be extinct. It's
Yeah.
like the dinosaur.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to keep it evolving.
Yeah.
And technology shouldn't replace talent. It should
Right.
enhance
Absolutely.
talent.
And I intend to get more involved because I'm on the board of the Grammys. I'm a part of the Grammys. So I want to be definitely more involved because I appreciate the fact that they do still have traditional R&B as a part of the Grammys. However, they don't televise it. It's kind of pushed to the side and nobody really sees it. And, you just kind of have to read about who won. So, I definitely want to start a crusade to just because I remember the time where, the traditional R&B was actually televised. It's like get rid of some of that other stuff and less performances. And let's, see all of the music. The gospel music isn't televised anymore. Any of
Right.
that. It's just all this mainstream. And so it kind of loses its substance and its soul as you
Yeah,
speak
it's
of.
treated like a third-class citizen.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I-
Yes.
I think you should challenge those musicians to go live. I think challenging it will hit better than having a crusade and make it happen.
Right.
Challenge these people who say they are the great. Okay, well, let's have a
Right.
challenge. Let's
Right.
go and perform somewhere
Right.
mediocre, like
Right.
in one of the piers or one of the clubs here in North Hollywood
Yeah.
or somewhere
Yeah.
small. Create your little live action pack show and just do a challenge that way.
And that's kind of what I had to do because there was so much pay to play. And I'm like, look here, I am not going to pay you for me to perform and I don't get anything out the deal whatsoever. So that's when I kind of invented, well, I'm going to start doing my own shows. And then I'm like going to invite other artists, come on with me and let's do some good R&B music. I know Rory Darvell. He does shows. He does them at the Celebrity Center. Zia Wilson, if she's listening, hey Z, she does Mary J. Blige, and she does it at the Celebrity Center in different places. So most of you know I'm a part of the KJLH Radio Free Choir. Stevie Wonder actually has a choir, and so a lot of the artists in the choir are artists within their own rights, and so we do different shows, different places, and we're trying to really keep the genre alive because again, I was born and raised on the genre. It's my baby. It's my heart. It's my soul. So this year again, I want to focus more on that good R&B. I've got a singer. She performed for my last show. I don't think she did Gladys Knight. I can't remember what Sherry. Hey Sherry, if you're listening, I can't remember what Sherry. Oh, she did an Aretha song, but she's going to do Gladys Knight for me. This year, and so she's actually going to do a couple of songs from Claudine, so I'm really excited about that. And she's going to bring her Pips, and because she kind of performs different places as Gladys Knight and the Pips, so I'm excited about that as well.
Yeah, well, I've had the pleasure in my career of being able to go out and interview some incredible celebrities. I've interviewed a lot of the biggest, like, British rock stars, your Rod Stewarts and your Paul Rodgers and your the Rolling Stones and these guys. And when you start talking about soul music, they melt. I mean, that's their heroes.
Yes.
The blues and soul of America catapulted and reverberated around the world and created the British invasion of the Beatles and the Stones and all these incredible Led Zeppelin and all these groups that came from England are really based on American soul music, and that's their heroes. And we need to get back to that where our younger generation is proud of our forefathers and sisters, and also know that really it's up to them to keep this alive.
Right.
We can only help encourage them and enlighten the greats. But at some point,
it is up to them.
They have to pick up that instrument or that, that
and I can tell you, my son, who's 19, I don't know if it's because he's an only child, so therefore he's an old soul because he's always been around nothing but adults. But he loves old school R&B. In fact, he has a very eclectic, wide music library and taste anyway, because one day he's listening to Frank Sinatra and Tony Bennett and Perry Como, and me and my husband are looking at like, who is this kid? Then the next day he's listening to, now he's on MC Hammer, because I started telling him a little bit about MC Hammer, and so now he's like listening to a lot of MC Hammer, and he's on the New Edition kick because of the movie and Bobby Brown, and he likes all the old school rap, and he plays the new stuff as well. But it's just funny, on a Saturday morning this kid is just sitting here listening to all this old school stuff, and I just kind of sit back and just kind of laugh and giggle.
Yeah, well, you've grown a great one, and I do think more and more, parents or whoever, because so much of the music has been pulled from the school, so it has to be somewhere, around the home or, where they're turned on to this. What's so encouraging is to go to these concerts with some of the older artists. Like if you go to the Rolling Stones concert, you're going to see like 4 generations.
Right.
And then you'll go to a younger band, you'll go to Coachella, and you'll see these young kids in the Led Zeppelin or the Prince jerseys or the Parliament stuff.
Right.
And it's exciting that there is a younger generation that they hear today and they hear the greats, and they're like, well, that stuff's good, but it really came from this.
Right.
And this is the source. This is where it's the purest.
Yes.
Like you say, it started getting watered down in the 80s, more watered down in the 90s.
Right.
By
and in 2000, it's just
it was
straight
like,
garbage.
It was like prefab manufactured, cookie cutter.
Right.
Press
Yeah,
play
you
here.
talk about generations.
Yeah.
It's like with Michael Jackson. So it's like, I remember as a 12 and 13-year-old, my mom would make me and my friend Cynthia come in the room with all of her people that she's having a card party with or whatever. Okay, do the Michael Jackson. And I'm like, oh, here we go. So I got to get out there and actually dance like Michael Jackson. And then fast forward to 2007, 6, 7, and 8, 9, and even before he died, my son is doing the same thing. And he is performing in talent shows and he's dancing like Michael Jackson. I'm like, wow. So this started with me and my husband's generation and our love of him. And now here we are with another generation that's a huge Michael Jackson fan. And the same thing with Prince. He loves Prince as well. So it's just really crazy. But it's like if we could get more people his age into that, then that would be really cool.
Yeah, and these are artists that literally came up playing real instruments and jamming and writing.
Jamie, are you there?
Hello.
Hello? Hello, caller.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Who's this?
This is Gianni Valentino from Los Angeles.
Oh, hi, Gianni. How are you?
Hi.
What's cracking?
Oh, yeah, I had to call in and show some support and see what you got popping on the tea.
Oh, thank you for calling the tea party. And thank you for my flyer. Gianni did my flyers for me, y'all. So thank you, G.
No problem. I'm proud of you. I see you got big things going on for you, so I'm
Thank
excited.
you.
I'm excited for what's to come.
Thank you. And Gianni, just so you know, he's a part of the team. We're a team of 5150 Mega, and so he's going to be on the reality show. He's got things that he does in his own right. Really quick, G, tell us some of the things that you do and work on.
Well, so what I have to do is I run a company, Prodigy Source One, for starters, and we do fashion and music production. So what we do most of the time are we're producing new content for new fashion designs for designers, for the public, for the stores.
Okay.
Just helping emerging brands, helping emerging artists, and then me personally, I'm also working on for myself. I'm a celebrity wardrobe stylist. So one of my main projects I've been filming for the Look All Stars that's been showing on CW.
On the CW channel, that's right.
Yep, on Channel 5. It's on your local cable station, Channel 5.
All right. So you doing big things too, Gianni.
I'm trying.
You trying?
But-
You are. You doing big things, and we're certainly proud of you and all the things that you're doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And thank you for calling
just
in.
one day at a time.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for calling in. You're my first caller.
No
Woohoo! All right, sweetie. I'm going to talk to you later.
All righty.
Okay.
All righty.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. I'm going to try to see one more time, Jamie. I'm going to try you. I know you're listening. So I'm going to try you one more time. Or did I just close out the Skype? Or no, I didn't close it out. Let me see. So that was Gianni. So let me see if I can go back to Miss Jamie. Jamie, why don't you call in? Maybe we can try it that way. The calling number is 323-203-0815. That's 323-203-0815. Jamie, if you're listening, you call in to me instead, and I think that might work out better. But in the interim, while we wait for that, I want to tell you guys some of the things that we're going to be talking about on the show. So some of the upcoming topics will be love and marriage. So next week, I will have Kenji Hythe Baker to talk about her book, Attack on Marriages. Since next Thursday will be Valentine's Day, I'll also have my sweetie on the line. He probably won't make it to the studio because he works way in Santa Barbara, y'all. But he'll be on the line. And so we're going to do a show on love and marriage for Valentine's Day. And we're going to have some other book authors on as well. We're going to have breast cancer survivors, other cancer survivors. We're going to talk about healthy eating, fitness, family issues, world events, retirement, religion, and more. No topic is off limit. This is an internet radio show. We can talk about whatever we want to talk about. I'm also going to have a domestic violence show, and I'm going to be bringing on one of the R. Kelly survivors that was on the Surviving R. Kelly documentary. So, make sure you stay tuned for that. That I'm sure that's going to be a really emotional show. But again, I'm just happy to be your host. I'm happy to have this tea party. I got my little tea cup and I got my little teapot. And I am just really, really excited for the things to come. I'm excited for a wonderful year. And we're going to wind things down. Jamie never did call. Jamie, I'm just going to get you, girl. So we're getting ready to wind it up because we got other shows that are coming in here. So if you have any interesting topics you want me to talk about, you want to be a guest on the show, please email info@stillirisemfromcancer.org. If you want to donate to the organization, it's a worthy cause, and we are a real 501c organization. No fraudulent stuff going on here. We're a real company registered with the Attorney General's office, and we follow all guidelines. But go to www.stillirisemfromcancer.org. And remember that no matter what you're going through, you can always rise to the occasion. Still I rise, still we rise. All right, y'all. Till next week. Thanks for tuning in to the Tea Party.
Still I rise, no matter what may come my way.
Hey!
Not built to break, I stand strong each and every day.
You're listening to Still I Rise Tea Party with Tarsha T. Rodgers, only on LA Talk Radio.